This episode of Falmouth in Focus is brought to you by the following corporate underwriter.
John's Liquors, 729 Main Street, Falmouth, 508-548-2287.
This time on Falmouth in Focus, newly elected State Senator Dylan Fernandes kicks off his listening tour across the district. We take a nostalgic look back at the Christmas tree shops and explore how students are discovering careers in the blue economy. Plus, we'll warm up with a bowl of soup for a great cause and check out a community art exhibit that's gone wild. This is Falmouth in Focus, and it starts right now. Hello and welcome to Falmouth in Focus, our monthly roundup of local events and FCTV member engagement with the community. I'm Michael Kasparian.
And I'm Eileen Preston. Former state representative and now newly elected state senator Dylan Fernandes has launched a new listening tour in all his towns in Barnstable and Plymouth districts to hear firsthand the issues that matter most to the voters.
The Falmouth session at the library was filled with citizens eager to share. Concerns and ideas were raised on gun safety, steamship authority responsiveness, climate and wind projects, and perhaps, not surprisingly, quite a bit on the lack of affordable housing. Let's take a look.
When it comes down to issues, a lot of the issues are very similar, and those are issues that when I was meeting with people at their doors during this campaign were raised a lot, and those are some of the things we're going to be really focused on in the legislature. I think chief among them is issues of affordability and how much of a struggle that's become for people, for almost everyone. And particularly those here on the Cape, when you think about the cost of housing, when you think about the cost of being able to rent a place.
Building off of the question about affordable housing, have you considered the cohabitation of like state facilities and affordable housing? Like I know different places in Boston is building a branch library where they have affordable housing tied to libraries, and it's happening more across the country. I think Chicago was like the first one that had that, especially when there's either a renovation or a new branch library being built. Is that something that's considered ever?
That's actually a new idea to me, so we'll take some notes on that. Libraries plus housing, but I like the idea. The large nonprofits on the Cape, if they want to exist, they're going to have to start building their own housing. So we see this a lot with the hospitals on the islands. Like the Martha's Vineyard and Nantucket hospitals are building their own housing because if they can't supply housing to their nurses, no one's gonna be able to work there. And so that's a pattern that's happening here. Cape Cod Healthcare is now looking at that as our biggest employer in the region. So some of these really large entities, that's gonna have to be a part of their mission if they want to continue it. There's more that the state has proposed. We just passed the largest housing bill ever that got signed into law 6 months ago. So there's a lot more funds in the buckets for housing that these nonprofits, that the town can now access.
Our new senator hopes that this tour signals his commitment to open communication, transparency, and engaging all his constituents with him in the work towards solutions for issues we are all facing.
You can catch the entire Falmouth listening session here on FCTV. Visit fctv.org for more information.
Let's switch gears and take a little walk through retail nostalgia. Eileen, do you know what store chain I'm talking about? If I say the catchphrase, "Don't you just love a bargain?"
I think I might have an idea. Yeah, I like how you sing that. Yeah, the Christmas tree shop, right?
That's true. Mm-hmm. And the final Christmas tree shop closed in 2023. But most people would say the brand's heyday was really from the 1970s through the early 2000s. Now a local author has written a history of the shops. They were distinct, not just for cool bargains, but for the carefully designed architecture of the buildings and the caring way they treated their employees. This presentation clip comes from the Falmouth Public Library.
Well, in that instance, we began to realize that Chuck and Doreen Bilezikians would start a store in 1970 that would eventually expand to 23 stores throughout New England and New York by 2003. They offered Christmas cards and decorations, English bone china, silver, stainless steel, crystal, music boxes, stationery, jams and jellies, candles, soap, toys, furniture, wall decor, all at half the price. Now, the idea was, in that instance, you never knew what you would find when you went to the store. It had a variety of things, and seen here, Chuck Bilezikian, sporting a pipe and his dog Pooch, is seen in the Christmas tree shop at Yarmouthport in the early 1970s. Though they were never really a Christmas shop, they did actually have decorated Christmas trees during the holiday season. And on the right-hand side, at their dentist store, they invited a woman who would dress as Mrs. Santa Claus, and she came with one of her elves. And it was said that 1 out of every 3 people that went to see Mrs. Claus would make a purchase at the Christmas tree shop. Well, it was an important feature to realize. Employees were happy, and some of the things they were stocking on the shelves were incredibly unique. Well, this was Cape Cod air, something that we're breathing right now. But this was sold by the Christmas tree shops as a whimsical souvenir for tourists visiting Cape Cod. They were bottles containing genuine Cape Cod air that were made by the Christmas tree shops. There was a proviso that customers were cautioned, quote, to avoid contamination by ordinary air, do not remove the cork after crossing the Cape Cod Canal. May be refilled at any time on Cape Cod, unquote. Well, these bottles of air, said to be genuinely fresh from the sea, sold by the boxful. I admit, I bought one. They also had the legend of the pickle. And this was a green piece of glass that was a Christmas ornament sold at $1.99. And it said, to start a tradition that will surely last, here's a short story about a pickle of glass. The night before Christmas, it's hung on the tree. While everyone's sleeping, it's done discreetly. And on Christmas morning, when you arise, the first one who finds it will get a surprise. A family tradition for all to share. You'll look for the pickle year after year. I never knew anyone who ever did this, but they sold throughout the holiday season.
Michael, have you got any memories of the Christmas tree shop?
I actually do. They were very generous every year for our Holidays by the Sea extravaganza weekend, and they were very, very good at always supplying things that we needed to make that happen for the whole community. And I think the other thing, too, is that the store in Bourne at the Sagamore Bridge, or in Sagamore, really, did you know that has the Guinness Book of World Records as being the largest actual thatched roof in the world?
I did not know that. That's amazing. In the world.
In the world. Most people think it's kind of like a fake thatched roof, but my understanding is they brought people over from the other side of the pond and actually put that together. It's pretty amazing.
And you think it's going to stick around?
Well, I do. I think it's going to be repurposed, and hopefully the roof will stay, because it's such a cool, nostalgic piece of history.
I hope so. I love that. Yeah. Okay.
And let me just remind everyone, the full-length talk about the Christmas tree shops is airing on FCTV's cable and streaming platforms. Visit fctv.org to see the schedule.
When we come back, a walk on the wild side, right here in the halls of FCTV.
Wow.
My name is Laura Moynihan. I'm with the Falmouth Housing Trust, a 501c3 charitable corporation that provides home ownership opportunities for Falmouth's workforce. The organization is made up of a volunteer board of directors and 2 staff members, Karen Bissonette, our Chief Development Officer, and me as Executive Director and in-house counsel. We are building dreams in Falmouth. The median home price in Falmouth is now $800,000 and requires income of $200,000 or more to qualify for a mortgage. That is simply not attainable for many in our workforce. It is projected that about 800 families per year that earn under $100,000 annually are now leaving Cape Cod because they cannot afford to buy a home. 50% of the Cape Cod workforce commutes from off-Cape. We're providing affordable home ownership for Falmouth's essential workers, our police, firefighters, teachers, healthcare workers, and many others. Our house prices range from $250,000 to $390,000, much less than the average cost of a home in Falmouth. Most recently, the Trust completed 3 new homes at Lewis Neck Road in East Falmouth. Our 2024 project at Sam Turner Road produced 4 3-bedroom homes, all of which sold for $249,000 to working families. Our most recent project is 5 planned homes in the village of Ocoit, in cooperation with the 300 Committee. It will preserve environmentally significant land and water resources while helping to address Falmouth's affordable housing crisis. Our work would not be possible without the generosity of our donor community and the Falmouth Affordable Housing Fund. We are very grateful for the financial support. To learn more, visit falmouthhousingtrust.org or stop by our office right next to the Falmouth Chamber. We are very happy to answer your questions. Thank you.
Students from across Cape Cod recently gathered for Waterworks, an interactive career event designed to connect them with opportunities in the region's growing blue economy. With hands-on activities, exhibits, and discussions with industry leaders, students explored career paths in marine science, renewable energy, and conservation.
With the Cape's economy so deeply tied to the ocean, events like Waterworks help inspire the next generation of scientists, engineers, and environmental advocates. Let's take a closer look at how this event is shaping the future workforce.
Here at Cape Cod Community College, students from all across Cape Cod gathered for a unique day of discovery at Waterworks, a special event designed to connect the next generation with career opportunities in the blue economy here on Cape Cod. There were 400 students and 60 exhibitors representing industries ranging from marine science to sustainable energy. Waterworks showcased the thriving industries of the future that are right here in our own backyard. Interactive displays, hands-on activities, and valuable one-on-one conversations gave students the chance to explore what it takes to build a career in these exciting fields. The event has grown in attendance each year, with 95% of past exhibitors saying they plan to return. This year's event also expanded its reach, opening up a portion of the event to 200 additional attendees, including college students, families, young learners, and active job seekers eager to explore these career paths. I had the opportunity to speak with Mananzu Janasan, the STEM program coordinator for the Cape Cod Community College, who worked with Waterworks as the lead program coordinator of the event.
Brand new this year, as you can see behind us, is the public. So this is new. First time ever that Waterworks is opening up to the public, so we don't know what kind of public will be here. But this is great. This is all professionals that are working. We have executive directors, job seekers, data scientists, software engineers. So the panel's going right behind us right now. On the panel, there's MITRE, there's New England Maritime, and then there's Cape Cod STEM Network. It's a widespread of exhibitors and participants. Like, somebody came in earlier and I asked him, like, what's your field? And he said marine biology. I said, you'll be here for a long time. So he came in with his mother. I said, Mom, have a seat, grab some tea, because he's going to be here for a while.
One of the highlights of the day was stepping inside a life-size inflatable whale. It was here that I interviewed Bree Baptista, Senior Education Specialist at Whale and Dolphin Conservation. Bree shared the vital work her organization is doing to protect marine species, both here on the Cape and around the world.
This is Delilah. She is our life-size model of a North Atlantic right whale. So she is built to scale. She's about 45 feet by 10 feet tall when she's fully inflated. A little bit about these whales because they are critically endangered. And we work really hard to try to protect them. We have policy work that covers all different areas. We do a lot of our work, right, sort of in like the Plymouth Harbor area as well. Our group is international, and a big reason for that is because these whales are not always just in U.S. waters, right? Like we're like WDC North America. There's a group out in the UK. There's a group out in Germany. It's really important to make sure that there's lots of different science happening to keep track of these animals so that they have the best shot at, continuing on.
From marine biology to renewable energy, Waterworks highlights the diverse and exciting opportunities available to those who are passionate about the oceans and our planet's future. Whether you're a student, job seeker, or educator, Waterworks has something to offer, and it's only just beginning to make waves.
Waterworks is an incredible opportunity for students to see firsthand how they can turn their passion for the ocean into a career. By connecting with industry professionals and learning about real-world applications, they're getting a head start on building the future of marine science and sustainability right here on Cape Cod.
Yeah, we love that. But now, nothing brings a community together like a warm meal on a cold winter day.
Yum.
The annual Super Bowl Sunday Lunch fundraiser, co-hosted by the Wacoya Congregational Church and the Falmouth Jewish Congregation, offered delicious homemade soups while raising funds for the Falmouth Service Center. With a silent auction featuring handcrafted bowls from local artisans and a mission to fight hunger, this event served up more than just a meal. It helps support neighbors in need.
Today's event is Super Bowl, and that's S-O-U-P-E-R.
This is an amazing fundraiser. I just love when the community comes together for an event like this.
The turnout is great. We have a full house. For many, many years, Falmouth Jewish Congregation and Wacoya Congregational Church have partnered together to bring this event for the community as a fundraiser for our beloved Falmouth Service Center. So we were absent for a few years because of COVID, and it is so wonderful to have a full house here today. It's cold outside, but it's really warm in here. We also have a silent auction going on of donated beautiful pottery and wood-turned bowls. So we hope to raise a lot of money today for the Falmouth Service Center, and we're so grateful that so many people came out in the cold.
Here at Falmouth Jewish Congregation for the Super Bowl with Wacoya Congregational Church, and excited today. First of all, it's a sellout. I'm told the parking lot is completely full. I mean, right, yes, totally full. And it's also really exciting because we are just in the process of forming a youth group at the temple. Working name is Falmouth Jewish Teens, and a bunch of our kids are here today helping out with the lunch. We're trying to do some really good composting here, and also just helping make sure people get their drinks and their food. And it's great. It's just a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful day.
It takes all of us to run the Falmouth Service Center. I'm just lucky enough to steward the organization, but it takes every single person here to make such a successful organization.
The Super Bowl Sunday fundraiser not only filled bowls, but helped fill a critical need in our community. With all proceeds supporting the Falmouth Service Center, this event is a reminder of the power of coming together to make a difference.
Things have been a bit wild around the halls of FCTV lately.
Oh yeah.
We've been putting on a crowdsourced art show called Paws, Claws, and what have you. Talented painters, sketchers, and photographers from around the community have submitted work showing off their love of animals. Here's a closer look.
Well, I do the animation camps, and I like cats. And I have a 15-year-old cat called Echo. She is healthy and she eats wet food.
And older than you?
Yeah, she's older than me.
I'm a photographer, and I love doing it. I love being out in the world, capturing a moment, capturing the image, capturing that time and space. And I also raise pedigreed ragdoll kitties. So this was perfect for me. 37, which is Tesla's Dynamo. He's the red boy with sunflowers. And then the one next to him is Carl Sagan. He's the little kitten with the mitten. And the other one is called Circle of Life. It's a female kitty named Celestia, who's my girl and her babies. And I'm in a round basket, and I thought it was symbolic of life. So I called it Circle of Life.
I did some watercolor paintings, and I'm just new to watercolor, and I've only been painting for maybe a year now, but my boyfriend decided to submit them for me, and that has led me here. I'm very happy. It's just very easy feeling around here, so I was relaxed.
I submitted two of my paintings, and I kind of used a style from, if you know Pokemon, I used that style. And I kind of used it off of nature and more or less just what I found interesting to me. I love art, and I do that a lot. Just draw a lot.
I heard about the FCTV Pause Clause or what have you show because I work at Woods Hole Oceanographic Institution, and I'm a part of the Veteran Employee Readiness Group, or Resource Group. And from there, I was looking up different resources for the veterans in the Falmouth community. And I popped up online and found FCTV, and I think this is a wonderful opportunity for different artists. It's a great little community. I've been talking to my different friends at Hui, so I think that this is a wonderful experience, and yeah, I'm super glad to be a part of it.
There's still a little longer to check out Pause Clause and what have you. The exhibit runs through the end of February.
It's very cool, too. I really like looking at those pictures.
Yeah.
And in just a moment, a wee dram of Old Lang Syne as Highfield Hall puts on a dinner in true Scottish style.
Hello, my name is Candace Gears, and I'm the Executive Director of Neighborhood Falmouth. Since 2009, Neighborhood Falmouth has been helping older Falmouth residents to age in place safely and comfortably. While most of our requests are for transportation to medical or personal appointments, we offer so much more. We often take members to the grocery store or pharmacy, or we do their shopping for them. We can help with small home projects or tech issues when someone gets a new phone or computer. But most of all, we provide human connection. Often our members see very few people during the week and really look forward to a friendly phone call or visit from us. We are able to provide these services thanks to our wonderful volunteers, who often tell us that they feel they get much more than they give when volunteering. I can tell you that our members who receive services would argue that. Volunteering with Neighborhood Falmouth is easy. We do not require any time commitment. You do what you want when you want. Please consider volunteering with Neighborhood Falmouth. Right now we have over 50 people waiting for membership. The more volunteers we have, the more folks we can help. There's a reason why there's a you in volunteering, because you can make a difference in someone's life just by being there. Give us a call today for more information at 508-927-1678 or visit our website, neighborhoodfalmouth.org. Thank you.
The Falmouth Artists Guild is celebrating its 60th anniversary with a special exhibit, Founders from the 50s and 60s at the Falmouth Art Center. This showcase honors the early members who helped shape the Guild into the thriving arts community it is now today.
Certainly is. We spoke with some of the Guild's founders and their family members, as well as organizers, to learn more about its history and lasting legacy.
I'm Laura Reckford, Executive Director of Falmouth Art Center, and we're here for the opening reception for our Falmouth Artists Guild Founders Show. This is an important show to illustrate the history of our organization. The Falmouth Artists Guild was actually started way back in the 1950s. In the show we have 23 works of art, and they are by people who were involved back in the 50s and 60s. We're just so pleased at the turnout tonight. Looks like we might have almost 200 people here at the opening reception, so it's been a lot of fun.
Hi, I'm Amy Bruce. This is one of my mother's paintings. She was one of the founding members of the Falmouth Artists Guild. She served as president 4 different times. I not only have my mom in this show, but I also have my father as well. And having both of them here as founding members of the Artists Guild means a great deal to both me and my brothers. We are all artists, and our world has been based around art, and the Artists Guild has been a huge part of our lives. We grew up there and taking classes and having instruction in our house, but this means a lot to me. Pretty wonderful to have her hanging right here.
Hi, I am San Lyman, and I'm one of the founders of the Falmouth Artists Guild. A long, long time ago, I used to know Edie Bruce, who was the real main one. And I would go over to her house and bow before her. And then she said, we're going to start one. And we just started one. We bought the poorhouse in Falmouth, and I helped them scrub the floors. And ever since then, I've helped with putting up the shows and whatever I can. And the paint is a joy for the people who do it. Probably not always, but most of the time.
Thanks to everyone who shared their stories and memories of the Falmouth Artists Guild's early years with us. The Founders from the 50s and 60s exhibit is on display at the Falmouth Art Center through February 3rd, so come on down.
And now, lads and lassies, we're going to celebrate Scottish pride. You don't need to have Scottish ancestors or even wear a kilt to appreciate Burns Night. It's a very particular dinner that happens all over the world every January 25th. To celebrate the life and humanity of Scotland's national poet, Robert Burns. The 25th was his birthday in 1759.
Wow, he's old. The Burns Night Supper is a tradition that's been going on for a while at Highfield Hall, up the hill. And it's quite authentic, right down to the whiskey in the glass and the haggis on the plate. FCTV was fortunate to get a little peek at the festivities this year.
And this is our 9th annual Robert Burns Supper. A Burns night is lots of whiskey drinking over a wonderful dinner, lots of wonderful conversation. People get up and do spontaneous toasts to Robert Burns and also cite some of Robert Burns' poetry throughout the evening. We have a haggis that is piped in by a bagpiper.
Haggis, traditionally in Scotland, is sheep lung and intestine that is cooked down with other parts of the sheep that are very interesting.
People are afraid of it, but the haggis that we serve here at Highfield Hall every year is mostly minced lamb and oats.
His knife, say rustic labour dicht, and cut you up with ready slecht. And then, oh, what a glorious sight, warm, reeking, rich.
He wipes the grimy labour from his knife and cuts you up with ease. And then, oh, what a glorious sight, warm, steaming, rich.
He wrote in the vernacular, he wrote in a language, in a form of language that spoke to the local people about their everyday lives. And he writes, his language is rough because it reflects the rough and tumble of everyday country, rural living. And I think that's kind of his universal appeal, is that he really talks from the heart and from first-hand experience about the lives of everyday people.
There's some Scottish lingo that's really a sobriety test, because if you can't say it, you can't have another dram, okay?
At Highfield, part of our mission is to bring diverse educational programs to the community and that enrich their lives and teach people about other cultures. So this is just one part of what we do to fulfill our mission.
Michael, have you ever tried haggis?
No, I never have.
Yeah. Not brave enough, huh?
I just haven't had the opportunity. I'll eat pretty much anything, so I would try it.
Okay.
Maybe next year.
All right.
Yeah.
Make them do it. That's going to wrap up our show for the moment. I'm Eileen Preston.
And I'm Michael Kasparian. Until next time, we'll see you around town.